Hey, what's up, everybody? Welcome back to Paid to Drive. Back by popular demand, we're doing more reaction content for you. This time, we are diving back over here with Kim's Side Money Plan. She's got a great channel. Make sure you go subscribe to her. Link is in the description. Let's see if we can get one like on this video. And here we go. Everybody comment. Here we go. Boom.
If you're a Dasher driving for DoorDash, you seriously need to hear this.
Oh, yeah.
Drivers are reporting that DoorDash is sending out a brand new, scary warning message when you try to unassign an order.
Remember, guys, we've been talking about people unassigning orders and their completion rates lately. This is a huge thing. Pay attention.
Even Dashers with perfect ratings. I'm not talking about the usual pop out about your completion rate or your acceptance rate. This one is different. It's aggressive. And as someone who has done over 17,000 deliveries, I've never seen them be this blunt before. So the big question is this just another...
Have you seen this before, guys? Before we show it, have you seen this before? Let me know.
Scare tactic to get us to take those low-paying orders we know we should definitely drop? Or is this a quiet new way of them to deactivate us for just trying to do our job smart? Let's get into it because this could change how you dash from now on. All right, so what exactly...
And let's just say for a second here, DoorDash is no stranger to the scare tactic, genre here. So it's no surprise, sadly.
Is this message, and why is it freaking out so many drivers? Imagine this: you accept an order, you show up at the restaurant, and here is the classic line: it's going to be another 25-minute wait. You think about it, I'll wait 10 minutes, wait for the worry-free unassign. Well, that's not available, so darn it, I have to unassign the order. We all know time is money, so you do what any smart Dasher does. You go to unassign it, you go to cancel it.
If someone at a restaurant tells you it's going to be another 25 minutes, and let's say it's a $10 order, do you stay and wait, or do you unassign? Tell me in the comments.
But then a new pop-up appears. According to a screenshot from another Dasher, it says, support can help. If you can't deliver this order or need help with something else, contact support. We understand things don't always go as planned. However, if you don't deliver an order you picked up, it will impact your completion rate, which could lead to loss of access to dashing, as outlined in the Dasher ICA and Platform Access Policy.
Want more time to focus on growing your small business?
Yes.
Try Intuit QuickBooks.
Okay. So I just want to put it like this, okay? This is a very passive-aggressive message. Just the way it's written, it's like you'll lose access to dashing. The nice way of saying you're deactivated. They're being very, I don't know, is coy the word here? Do you get what I'm saying?
At first glance, you might think, what's the big deal? They've always had a completion rate rule, but this feels different. The wrong is what really matters here. Loss of access to dashing.
Exactly.
That's not a friendly reminder. It feels like, honestly, a direct threat. The most concerning part is drivers with high completion rates, 95%, 98%, even 100%, are reportedly seeing this pop-up message. This doesn't seem to be aimed at drivers already in the danger zone. It feels more like a blanket threat to every Dasher. So this brings up the...
Yes, I was going to say it's definitely a quote-unquote blanket threat, without a doubt. I would have to agree.
Question everyone is asking: is this just another scare tactic, or is DoorDash quietly changing its policy? Let's look at both angles because the answer is probably somewhere in the middle, and you need to know what's happening to protect yourself as a dasher. First, let's talk about the scare tactic theory. It's no secret that DoorDash has a big problem with order cancellations and even worse, order theft. How many times do you go in the restaurant and say, oh, your order was already taken by another dasher? And you're like, what?
I just cannot believe that even in this year, they are still doing that crap. Where dashers are picking up other orders and then canceling it and then just stealing the food. Like, I just can't believe that.
It's a huge issue when a driver picks up the food and then unassigns, especially taking the meal. From a corporate point of view, this message is a weapon. It's a psychological play to make you hesitate before hitting unassign,
Right.
especially after you've already confirmed the pickup. By flashing a deactivation warning, at the exact moment, they're likely hoping it pressures drivers into finishing more deliveries.
Yeah, no, without a doubt. Without a doubt. Because they know that if they do these things, like these types of messages, some dashers are going to be like, okay, all right, I'll stop. It's like, I don't want to lose my dashing ability. I totally get it.
Even with profitable ones with crazy wait times, it's way cheaper and easier to scare all of us than it is to investigate individual cases of actual theft.
Right.
The message is like a huge, intimidating net meant to catch a few bad apples. But all the good drivers kind of get caught in the mix. It's a classic corporate move, solve a problem for the company, even if it makes things harder for the other workers.
I mean, that could not be more true. I mean, even before the days of DoorDash, okay, businesses, corporations have been doing these tactics, ever since businesses existed. And also, guys, let's see if we can just get one like on this video. Somebody comment how many likes are on the video right now so I can just see who's watching.
But what if it's more than just a threat? This is where things could get a little bit more tricky for us.
Right.
And dangerous for us. In some markets, DoorDash has been testing a new pilot program, and it's called the Overall Dasher Rating. It's not just about customer rating anymore. According to drivers in the pilot areas, it's a point-based system that mixes your acceptance rate, completion rate, customer rating, on-time rating into one big, huge score. And guess which metric is?
That almost sounds like OPS in baseball, which is like on base percentage plus slugging, if anyone out there watches baseball.
Is supposedly weighed the most. That would be your completion rate.
Right.
Reportedly, it accounts for 35 of 100 points. Now, DoorDash hasn't officially rolled this out everywhere. It is very specific to certain markets. But
let's just pause for a sec. What you just said right there, that things are market dependent, that is literally the golden rule of the gig economy. Every market is different. Say it with me now in the comments. Every market is different.
If this is the direction they're heading, it changes honestly everything if every dasher goes to this program. When they flash a message threatening loss of access to dashing, it suddenly has teeth. It's directly connected to a new system that could decide your access to rewards, good orders, and whether you can even stay on the platform. This isn't just a warning, it's them signaling a policy change. Possibly. They're basically telling us.
I love the zoom in when she says possibly. That was funny. I like it, Kim.
That the days of strategically unassigning orders may be numbered. Could be. They're tightening the leash, and this message feels like the first hard pull. I don't know. What do you think? So, what's really going on? Is DoorDash trying to weed out some more Dashers?
It sounds like it. It does sound like it. I'm just going to put that out there.
Are they building a system where only the most compliant drivers, those who take what they're given without any question, can succeed? It's hard not to see it that way. It feels like they're moving the goalpost and using fear to manage how we work as dashers. I'm telling you, I personally think it is a scare tactic. Okay, so
Yeah, I mean, I definitely can see that. It certainly looks like it.
we see the problem and what's likely behind it. The most important thing now is what you do. Freaking out honestly won't help. It accomplishes nothing.
Right.
You need a smart strategy. Here are the steps you should start taking to protect your account in this new DoorDash environment. First, and this is a big one, know when the risk is the highest. The message specifically warns about not delivering an order you've picked up. That's the key phrase. Unassigning an order before you have the food is one thing. It still hits your completion rate, but
So, yes, I was going to say it's still going to hit the completion rate. And as she mentioned, and as we all know, DoorDash loves to focus in on that completion rate more than anything. All right. And if you guys haven't yet, just tap that subscribe button down below. It's free. Got lots of content coming up. Kim?
it seems to be a much lower risk move. The real danger zone with DoorDash and what they're targeting is unassigning after that you have the order and it's in your possession. To them, that looks like potential theft, and this message is clearly designed to stop it. So, if you have to unassign, do everything you can to make that decision at the restaurant, not in your car with the customer's food. However,
Yeah, always. Yeah, I agree. Always make sure it's before you have the food in your possession, for sure.
the dasher who sent this to me got this message when she was waiting at a restaurant before she even had the order.
Everyone asks how I manage everything alone. Plot twist, I don't. Look, I used to be that founder doing everything. Sales calls at 7
Second, if you are
Yeah, so listen to this part right here, guys. Pay attention, listen, and hit that like.
in a jam and absolutely have to unassign after pickup, maybe your car dies, you might have a flat tire, or there might be a real safety issue, or the customer changes their address to another town. You can't just silently unassign. You need to create a paper trail. Contact DoorDash support right away, either through chat or by the phone.
Yeah, see, that's the other thing, too. You have to CYA, cover your ass, people, okay? Contact DoorDash. Don't try and handle it on your own. So many people just say, I don't care, I'm going to do what I want. And then, boom, they get in trouble, they get deactivated, or some nonsense happens. Don't try and be a hero on your own.
But chat, you can screenshot and have records for yourself.
Exactly.
Explain the situation calmly and professionally. Get them to document why you are unassigning. When you're done, if you did the chat, screenshot everything that you had, the interaction between one another. That
Please tell me all of you guys are taking screenshots of everything when you're in a situation where you need to show proof. I'm not saying screenshot every order, but I'm saying whenever you find yourself in a pickle or a situation that you're like, I hope I have the copy of this, just screenshot every screen so you have it as proof.
is your evidence, and that's your protection.
Your
if
protection.
you ever have to appeal deactivation, that documentation could be what saves your DoorDash account. You have to build your own case. Don't expect DoorDash to do it for you. They do not have your back. Third, start treating your completion rate like it is made of gold.
Exactly. Beautifully put. Make your completion rate like it's gold, or at least think of it as it, because let's put it this way, that right there could be the determining factor of whether you have a job tomorrow. Okay?
past, many of us saw it as a stat with some wiggle room. As long as you were above 80%, now it's 90%, you were usually fine. Those days might be completely over.
They very well could be completely over.
If the new overall Dasher rating system rolls out widely, it's heavily focused on your completion rate, which makes it your lifeline. This means being pickier about the orders you possibly accept if you're not in the tier program. If you can be picky about the orders that you take, depends on your acceptance rate. Don't take an order from that one restaurant you know is always like an hour behind. Even
See, that's another great point. This is why knowing your market is so important, because after you do, a few hundred deliveries, you pretty much have a good idea of which restaurants in your market, in your zone, are the quickest and are the slowest, and which ones are worth it. Okay? You have to do that on your own. No one's going to do that for you. So you have to figure that out on your own, like she's saying. Hit that
if
like.
you are in the tier system maintaining, that's why you save some of your declines. Think twice before you accept a delivery to a massive, confusing apartment complex at night. It's better to let your acceptance rate dip than to take a bad order you know you will probably have to cancel later. Protect your completion rate. Know where it is at all times. Because DoorDash is signaling it's the number one thing that they are watching.
Yeah, I mean, it's the truth. Like you said, treat it like gold. And a lot of people take it for granted.
And a lot of Dashers, if you fall below that completion rate of 90%, have been getting deactivated. This is a huge deal, and it impacts every single one of us who relies on the DoorDash app. It feels like another example of a company squeezing the drivers who actually make their business run. I really want to know what you...
I know. I've been saying that for years, Kim, and it just amazes me how it just doesn't change.
You think. How would you feel if you got this warning, especially if you already have a high completion rate? Have you seen this? Has it come to your market yet? Drop a comment below. Let's talk about it, because sharing information is one of the only real tools we have to navigate a lot of these DoorDash changes. So what's the bottom line with this new...
Guys, definitely drop a comment down below. Let's get that information going. I don't see too many comments.
Crazy, scary message from DoorDash. It's a mix of a strong arm scare tactic and what looks like a real policy shift. It's meant to cut down on cancellations and theft, but it ends up putting every driver, good or bad, under more pressure.
Right.
They're using the threat of deactivation to make us comply. Yet again, when does this get old?
Exactly, Kim. That's what the problem is. It doesn't get old. For DoorDash, at least, and for these other companies like Uber Eats and GrubHub. They just figure, you know what? This person's a liability. Let's just cut them off, and we'll take 3 more people to replace them. We're too easily replaceable, folks, and it's the truth. Let's wrap it up.
Don't forget, you're not powerless. Be smarter than the app. Know the critical difference between unassigning before and after pickup. Document everything if you have a legitimate reason to drop an order you're holding. And above all, guard that completion rate. Know where you stand at all times. Be selective, be strategic, and don't let them scare you into making bad decisions for your own business.
Exactly. It's perfectly said, because the fact is, you have to comply with the rules, okay? No matter how, if you like it or not. If you want to stay on the platform, it's what you got to do. I don't like it, but it's just the way it is.
Last time I checked, you can still unassign as long as you don't go below 90%. Some markets it's 95%. DoorDash
Right. So don't go under 90%. That's the bottom line.
Is always changing, and it's usually never in the favor of the driver. But by staying informed and talking with one another, we can figure out how to handle whatever they throw at us. Don't let DoorDash intimidate you. What do you think DoorDash's next move will be? Let me know in the comments. Earlier in this video, I talked about deactivations, especially when it comes to completion rates. Well, DoorDash has been doing some mass deactivations lately. You're going to want to learn all about it in.
So, everyone, please go subscribe to Kim. Her link is in the description down below. Leave her a comment saying Paid to Drive sent me, and I will go respond to your comment on her video. So, the fact is, folks, what do you think of this deactivation message? Do you feel it's just a scare tactic, or do they mean business? I want to hear from you. Let me know in the comments. Let's see if we can get one like, and let's see if we can get one subscriber. If you're new here, leave a comment saying, hey, Pete, I'm new. Till next time, get that money, get that honey, keep hustling, keep bustling, and we'll see you next time right here on Pay to Drive. Drop a comment and tell me who you want me to react to next. And if anybody if nobody said it, you're awesome. Don't forget that. See you next time. Peace.